I am on the way to look at a bulldozer. I've been looking for a smaller one for a while, wanting to not pay too much. This one may fit the bill. From the one picture and description of dozer, it looked like it's a D4 Caterpillar of indeterminate year. And this is a very long gravel driveway. The one picture made it look fairly overgrown into the bushes here, so I did bring a string trimmer. Yeah, that's a steep hill there. I'm kind of sliding out. Looks like we may have a potential hoarder situation here. So I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. Oh my. Alright, let's get out and take a look at this thing. I brought a change of clothes, but I do not have an appropriate footwear for this. What in the heck is this thing? Is he catching pigs out here? Alright. Wow. So, we got a maple tree growing up through the winch cable. So this thing's at least been sitting here, I would say, 4 or 5 years. But it could be more, it could be 10. Someone's been over here looking at the engine. Yeah, it's a Cat D4. I don't know if I can tell. Here it is. We got some, we got poison oak down here. Poison oak, oh yeah, a lot of poison oak. Alright, well, let's be careful. Well, the seat's not ripped. And she's free. So I can't get to the back plate because of the winch. So let's check on the block and see if there's a serial number. Assuming that this is the original block. Oh yeah, okay, 7U9201. What do we got here? 7U. So we got a nice big starter down there, obviously not original. There's still a belt there. Engine paint looks like it's original. No, maybe not, because that's aluminum maybe. Blade. Well, this is a adjustable blade. We got cylinders there and here for the angle. Radiator. Yikes. They're missing the there's supposed to be a cover that goes over this radiator. Missing that. There's a hydraulic pump there. So that's some kind of jury-rigged system. Hoses don't look too bad. Alright, let's check the fluids. Let's check the gas first, I guess. See if she's got diesel in her. Bone dry. So either we got a fuel leak, or they ran it dry. That complicates the matters of starting it and driving it out of here. Transmission, so I think here. A little milky, but not too bad. Dipstick's not rusty. Good sign. Let's see. Which side is engine oil? Oh, engine oil's over here. Alright. Down here. Oh. I do believe we have solved the mystery of where the diesel went. It's all in the crankcase. So, definitely not going to be driving it out of here. Yeah, this is just straight diesel. So the whole and it's wet all the way up to there, so it's full of diesel. So that obviously you got some kind of injection pump leak. All right, what else? So we got this Winch, Hister Corporation. I didn't know this place was in Portland, but model BW3783. We'll have to look that up. That winch might be worth more than the dozer at this point. Yeah, she's been here for more than 5 years, that's for sure. Let's check the transmission. Then we got like this this actually pretty nice rollover protection here. Must be some kind of forestry package. And the pictures of the cats I've seen don't have cat logo on the back, so I don't know if this was repainted. It doesn't though, it looks like it's the original paint. I haven't seen any other paint on here, so this could be original. He mentioned something about a broken spring. So I'm guessing it's going to be one of these tensioner springs. Can't really see in there. But he said he was using it with the spring broken. See, I do see that it has been greased. Yeah, that one doesn't look so good. I've seen a few grease fittings that have grease on them, which is a good sign. Okay, we can put it into gear. Can't really go there though. There we go. I think this is the clutch. Is this? I think there's like a. These are the steering clutches, which these might be frozen. What is going on here? All right, let's talk about this thing. What I like about it and what's bad about it. So first off, assuming that this is the original engine, which I think it is. This is a 1950 D4-7U. It has this blade, which I do not know if it's original. I don't think it is, but there is a height or a angle adjustment, which is very nice to have. So that the bucket will tip like this, and it also obviously lifts. There is an hour gauge. It read about, what was it, 10,040 something. Assuming it hasn't rolled over once, which I don't really think it has. I mean, this thing still has original paint. It's got a lot of modifications to it. But, so like 10,000 hours. So it has a starter conversion, obviously, or unless, I don't think these came stock with a starter. I thought they had a pony motor, and there looks like there's a block-off plate here, which I think the pony motor would have gone right there. So there's a giant battery right there that's obviously dead. What else? Oh, the fuel shutoff was set full open, so the injection pump was fully open. So if there's any leaks in there, it's just been dumping fluid or fuel into the cylinder because the fuel tank is up there, so it naturally goes downhill. So that's probably what happened there. They left the throttle open for some reason. That was full oil. This looks good. All these linkages were really hard up. So I thought the clutch was stuck originally, but I kind of yanked on it a little bit and it popped. So main clutch, oh, because now I can't get it. There we go. It just needs to get some oil on the linkage there. And transmission, like the lockouts and all that work. I'm still not sure what that is. These, I got these to come free too, the steering clutches, so that's good. The one thing I haven't tried yet, so from what I can tell, these hydraulic lines run over underneath the engine. And they come up right here and hook in here. So, and there's only one lever here for the hydraulics. So I'm wondering if this is some kind of lever that switches between it. So I'll tap on that with a hammer in a sec to see. Besides that, the worst thing I've seen is the radiator, which looked pretty empty, and it's pretty rusty in there. So I need to get a flashlight out, but it's not looking good in there. And I'm sure the radiators are really expensive for these things. Finding an old replacement radiator. So, and it's a bear to get that back on. I'll try in a sec. So that's probably the worst. That would definitely need some work. I would be surprised if it would not be leaking. What else? So we talked about the fuel and the oil. Yeah, so I don't know. It does seem, so there is a tag here that says 1950 right there. So it's definitely made 1950 or after. And it does seem to have been modified with this blade. I'll have to check. I don't know if, like I said, I'm not sure about that control, if that's original or not. And so there's only a little bit of cylinder showing. These is pretty scuffed up, so would have to kind of shine that up. I'm sure the seals are not the best, but the nice thing about these cylinders is they're so small that you can recondition them without too much trouble. I haven't seen what he was talking about with the spring broken. Everything in the undercarriage looks reasonable. Let's look at the track. Let's see here. I mean, the tracks have a decent amount of thickness. So this must be the track. Yeah, it's a little wobbly there. It needs to be tightened. So I'm thinking that's the side that's broken. So that would probably be either a new spring or whatever's inside to tension the spring. I'll measure that real quick and see what that width is, or that distance. Besides that, we're missing the top cowling. We're missing the front protection for the radiator. Besides that, it's the perfect size, what I need. So he's asking $4,000, which I'm not going to pay that. So I'm going to go offer him $1,500, which I think with scrap value and this winch and parts, I think I'm not going to lose my shirt on this thing. Before I do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and hook up my my winch to my truck here and see if it'll roll. Because if it can't roll, I mean, then there's not much I can do. I can't get a huge truck up here, obviously. Well, we got a problem here. So I noticed this thing sticking out, and I kind of wiggled it, and water started gushing out. So I think this is the gear case for the winch. In fact, I'm sure it is. So we got a serious problem here. It's full of water. So I mean, I would assume at this point that the winch is worth nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this drain plug out and see, just to see. That is water. And there's some gear oil. Yikes. That is concerning. So I think I might pull this inspection cover real quick and see what's in here. See how bad it is. Alright, just got this inspection cover off. Okay, so it's actually not as bad as I was thinking. This isn't even supposed to have anything in it, I don't think. It looks like just it leaked through the inspection cover here and filled up with water, because it's just this one chamber here with all this linkage in here, and the linkage is not even frozen up. So I'm not really sure exactly, like, if you're supposed to have some grease in here or it gets greased by this, but there was only about, in the actual gear case for this thing, there was only maybe about a pint of water that came out of there, and the oil was nasty, but I think this might actually be okay. Not sure, don't quote me on that, but I think we're okay. Okay, we got the winch hooked up here, this redneck setup. going all the way over to there. There's a D-ring hooked to the draft bar on there, and we are still on just the first coil here. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to be hiding behind my truck for this. Well, it is 2 days later. I'm back. I'm feeling a little bit better about this purchase now. So I wasn't really thinking very straight last time I was here, and I think this is a better winching setup. So I'm strapped off to this tree here, assuming it doesn't fall on me, which it might. And unfortunately I forgot my snatch block, so this is not the ideal winching length. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this line tight, and then I'm going to come over and I have a trail jack, and I will give the treads a little help by jacking up the front to see if that'll help it start to roll, to kind of get unstuck. And once it's rolling easily, assuming it is, I will leave it here and get my guy out here to pick it up. All right, that trail jack trick worked, and she's rolling. Not too bad either. Not as stuck as I thought. So I rolled her. You can see how deep the mud was in there, or the dirt. It sunk in good 2 inches, 3 inches. But it did roll. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here, and then I'm gonna call my shipper up and we'll get this thing home. Ooh, some oil leaks there. Alrighty. So I guess I think we're all ready here. I'm going to go ahead and put it in gear so it doesn't roll forward by itself, which you never know. And yeah, I mean, I pulled it a little bit and it started rolling. Actually, when I let the tension out, it started rolling forward. So that's a good sign. It's free rolling. So the guy doing the pickup will be happy that it's at least it's not stuck in there. Hopefully I didn't stretch my truck frame out too bad. Wow, this was like the biggest hoarder's nest I've ever seen before. There's just old cars and trucks everywhere. So I'll have to talk to my shipper here and see if he can even get this thing out. But I went and I talked to the guy selling it, and I basically said I offered him $1,500 for it. He said yes. So if I can get it out of here, I guess I'll take it. But yeah, this guy is one of your classic hoarders. I didn't even actually talk to him. I talked to his friend. I saw an outline of him, and he looked like kind of an odd fellow. So anyway, I guess we'll find out if we can roll this thing. It should roll. It's in neutral. I'm more worried about the guy getting his truck in here. You know, it's a steep drop off right where those trees are. So he'd have to back it in perfectly to winch it. So I'm gonna have to talk to him and see what his thoughts are.